my little panda. Hello. Hey everybody, welcome to Tea Time with D. It's me, D. Today, I actually wanted to do a random 50 facts about me tag. I wasn't tagged to do this video, so don't judge me. But I wanted to do the video simply because I thought it was a fun video. I watched one of the girls who I follow on YouTube. Her name is Magnolia Rose. I will link her below and right here so you can check her out. She did a 50 random facts about me tag that I watched yesterday, and it was just super fun, and we had some things in common, so I actually thought it would be fun if I made the video myself. So let's dive in. My name is actually Danielle, but I do go by D, just as a shorter version and kind of a nickname. It's actually a recent thing that came about this last year, but I'm just kind of going with it. I am addicted to coffee. I drink at least 1 cup of coffee every single morning when I wake up. It is just a part of my routine. It helps me get going. It helps me just get ready for the day, and I just don't know what I would do without it. It's either that or I need like a soda or a Red Bull. Just something that's gonna get me caffeinated and prepped and just alert and just ready for everything. I am addicted to social media. If you have known me, then you know that I loved MySpace when MySpace was out. I love Facebook. I love Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter is something that I'm still getting used to. But I just love the idea of being able to connect with people all over the world, being able to connect with people who have similar interests as you, and people who you would never be able to connect with otherwise if it weren't for the internet. I have met a ton of great people from the internet, so I am so thankful that I've had the opportunity to actually live in this era with social media. I have a boxer named Charlie. He is actually my fiance's dog, but we pretty much are gonna get married, so yeah, his dog is my dog, and I just love him. He's awesome. He's so much fun to be around. And in the last one, I mentioned my fiance, Randy, and we actually didn't get engaged on a specific date. We don't really have a date set for marriage. We're kind of go with the flow people, like whatever happens, happens. And so that's kind of where we're at with that. I have always been a huge fan of anything artistic, whether it's music or paintings or sculptings or anything just artistically related. I also am a huge fan of authors. I love books. Charles Bukowski and Chuck Palahniuk are 2 of my favorite authors. I just love the approach that they take towards life. They just have such a real mentality of everything. I don't know how to put it other than that. They're just so like forward about everything. I love it. I like to knit, but I am not very great at it or anything. I can pretty much knit a few different patterns, but I haven't really knit anything extravagant. I've never knit a sock. I can make a beanie, but only on a loom. I have actually never knit a beanie with needles or with a, what are these? With the bamboo knitting needles that have the wire on them. I've never actually knit anything with those yet, so that's something that I need to do. I haven't had a normal job in over a year. My mother walked out on our family several months after I was born. I am not really that into movies, but there are a few movies that I really love and some musicals that I really like. And the movies that I love are Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas is one of my favorite movies. Pulp Fiction is another favorite movie of mine. I love Rent, I love Grease, and I loved the new movie that came out, I think it was this last year, Jersey Boys. That movie was so awesome. I loved all of the music from it. And yeah, I'm just not too into movies, but if it has music in it, I'll probably go and see it. My all-time favorite YouTuber who I have, who I'm subscribed to at the moment, is Bunny Meyer, and she actually goes by Graveyard Girl here on YouTube, and I just love her personality. I love how funny she is. I just love her ideas for her videos. She just does a really great job. If you've never watched Bunny's videos, you should totally check her out. So I'm gonna stick her link right here because she is just like the greatest. I just find so much inspiration in her videos, and she's just a huge inspiration to me and my life, and so that is why she is my favorite YouTuber. Probably one of the first beauty YouTubers who I found, and I don't know, fell in love with her videos, so yeah. I actually didn't have my first kiss until I was almost 16 years old. I am extremely introverted. I may not act like that in my videos, but that is obviously because I'm hanging out by myself talking to a camera, so I get to be alone and thinking of you guys, thinking of my audience, and just all of my fans and everybody who enjoys watching this. And yeah. I have very high social anxiety. When I go to places that have groups of large groups of people, I get very nervous, especially if it's a lot of people who I don't know. I just get very introverted. I will talk, but on the inside I'm dying, and I just get this panicked feeling, and I don't know what to say, and I don't know what to do, and it's just like a very stressful feeling, but I can manage, and it's something that I'm constantly working with myself on. My favorite food as a child was macaroni and cheese, but as I've gotten older, I love tacos. Like, tacos, I could pretty much eat them every single day of my life if I had the opportunity to. I have a favorite quote, and that is, "And in that moment I swear we were infinite." And that is a quote from the book The Perks of Being a Wallflower, and this is just a book that I read when I was like 16 years old, and I don't know why, but I just fell in love with the book. My least favorite chore is dishes. I hate the sponge, and I hate just getting my hands wet. Ugh. I almost never exercise, which is really bad. I definitely need to get into the habit of exercising, which reminds me, I think today is like the 29th or the 30th of January, and I need to go to Planet Fitness because they have a deal going on right now where they have $10 membership deals. As a very young child, probably like 2 to 3 years old, maybe even younger, I was mistaken for the Olsen Twins who played in Full House. I will try to put a picture right here if I can, or I will do a cut screen to a picture of me as a baby. People would stop my dad and tell him that I looked like the Olsen Twins, and when I look at pictures, and I look at pictures of them from Full House, I can totally see the resemblance. So let me know what you think. Put it in the comments below. Do you think I look like the Olsen Twins? I kind of think I kind of think as a baby I did, but I'm not sure. When I was about 3 years old, I shoved a McDonald's French fry in my nose, and it was there for like 3 months. And my family couldn't figure out why I was so smelly, and nobody wanted to hold me, nobody wanted to be around me, and nobody could figure out why I just stunk so bad. And they took me to the doctor one day, and they pulled out this is really gross, a rotten McDonald's French fry out of my nose. Excuse me, that's disgusting. In the situation that I grew up in, I actually had to grow up extremely fast. My father severed the spinal cord when I was just 10 years old, so from the age of 10, you know, I've pretty much been having to help take care of my parents. And it's definitely something that kind of humbles you as a kid. You know, at the time when I was younger, I didn't really see it as a humbling experience, but now that I'm 23 years old, I definitely feel humbled by the experiences that I've been through in life. As a kid, I was definitely that weird loner who was like off in the corner playing with bugs. I had like an ant farm in middle school that I made one year. I had just like had this plastic bag for my lunch or whatever, and I put some sand in there, and I started collecting some ants, and I carried it around school, my little freaking ant farm that I had made myself. And I remember going into math class, and there was this kid, I'm not going to mention his name, but I totally remember it still so vividly. I just was so mad because I was in math the 7th grade. I was sitting at my desk, I had my little ant farm sitting on my desk, and this kid just was not happy about it for some reason. He grabbed it and threw it out the window, and I was just so upset about it. I talk extremely fast. I am a very impatient person. I am like go, 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 go. So I don't really realize how fast I'm talking sometimes, and it's something that I have been working on, is trying to slow myself down. And I realize that I'm doing it in this video. I have just been like rah, 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 like talking really fast, and I just need to chill out. Something that my friend Magnolia Rose mentioned in one of her videos is that she gets really claustrophobic when her feet are covered, and I totally have the same problem, and I thought that nobody in the world suffered from this, and I was just crazy. I thought I was a nut job, because at night, if I have my feet covered by a blanket or can't get my feet easily out of the blanket, I just like get this crazy feeling inside of me. I start to panic, I get really hot, I almost get sick to my stomach. It is just the weirdest thing ever. I know it's all like psychological, but it's just crazy. I don't know why it happens, but I just can't have my feet covered knowing that I can't get them uncovered as quickly as I need to. When I was in middle school, I went to science camp all 3 years and I loved it. I'm adopted. I definitely have a sailor's mouth, and I will thank my dad and my brother for that because they both love to use curse words, and so it's just something that's a part of my life, and I try really, really hard to keep it out of my videos because I know I have a lot of younger viewers, so I really try to keep a very welcoming place for everybody on my channel. You know, I don't want to off-put somebody just because of the language that I'm using when I can easily change that about myself. You know, it's something that's definitely a part of my life, but I don't need it to be a part of my videos. Something that I don't personally believe in, and I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me or, you know, whatever. I personally don't believe in the afterlife. You know, I have a very hard time knowing what to believe is going to happen after I pass away. So it's just kind of something to me that is always on my mind, definitely, but you know, I don't have an exact answer for yet, and I'm sure maybe one day I will change my mind and I'll have an answer, or have, you know, some thing that I believe in that's gonna happen to me when I'm dead, you know, but as of right now, I don't know. I'm gonna die and I'm gonna go in the ground, and that's the last thing that I'm gonna know, so I don't know. My favorite ice cream flavor is Rocky Road, but I do not eat that much ice cream. I love pretty much any kind of music. I am such a music nerd. I will listen to almost anything. I love rap, I love pop, I love hip hop, I love R&B, I love country, I love classic rock, as you can see. I love rock and roll, I don't really like metal, I don't really like opera, but I mean, I'm not saying that there isn't something that I listen to that I really would like. My very first AOL login was Fat Cat, and I spelled that P-H-A-T-C-A-T. I think maybe it was even K-A-T. And this was back in the 90s, right when I got my very first computer. I think it was probably like 97 or 98. I was like 6 years old, 7 years old, and I don't know why I made that my URL name, my screen name, but that's what was my first AOL name ever. I have one full-blooded brother and I have 2 half-sisters. I am totally scared of the dark, and I am not scared of the darkness itself, but I'm scared of what could be hiding in the darkness, just because somebody could be hiding and I can't see them and I don't have control, so it's something that kind of freaks me out. I love every single season of the year except winter. I hate cold weather, like extremely hate cold weather. I used to be in I used to be in band, and I played the clarinet. My very first job was holding signs, and I don't know if you've ever seen those people. I'm sure you have by now, but the people who like wave signs for like housing developments or pizza companies or whatever. I did that twice. My very first time was I was 16 years old. I had rang up my cell phone bill so high because I thought I had unlimited texting, and I didn't, and so I had to pay off my like $600 cell phone bill, and I had to hold signs. Yeah. I have an extremely odd, irrational fear of water bottles that don't have the label on it. Once the label peels off of the water bottle, I find myself having a very hard time drinking it. I don't know why, but I've noticed every time the water bottle label peels off, I'm pretty much done with it and I never touch it again. That's weird. I am the kind of person who is always early to an appointment, or always early to work, or if you schedule something, I am always early, like 15 minutes early, 20 minutes early. If I'm late, that means I was really, really freaking busy before I got to wherever we met at. My favorite candy in the world is sour strips, razzmatazz. They go by lots of different names. The strawberry, like flat strands of candy that just have sugar all over them. Oh my god, I love those things. I could eat like a pound of those in one sitting without even caring that my mouth is raw and bleeding. If I could live anywhere in the United States, as of right now, I would choose Venice Beach, California. That is like my all-time favorite place in California. I love the atmosphere. I love the people. I just love it, and I would love to have a house or an apartment or a condo right on the beach or near the beach so I could get there easily on my skateboard or whatever, but that is where I'd like to live in the States, or I'd love to live somewhere out of the country, maybe in Argentina or South America or South Africa, or just somewhere very different from here. I love to travel and experience culture, so to get out of the United States is something that I would love to do. I really, really, really suck at math. When I drive in the car by myself, I tend to get extremely lost. all of the time. I weigh just about 100 pounds, give or take. I mean, it really depends on how much I've been eating. My body weight fluctuates. I have an extremely fast metabolism though, but I never go over like 105 pounds. The most I've ever weighed was 110, and that was me forcing myself to gain weight so I could donate blood. And maybe actually you have to weigh 115, I'm not sure. But after I got to that weight and donated blood, I stopped trying to gain that weight and I lost it all. So I don't know, my metabolism is just way too fast. I don't know if you've heard of the band Antwoord, but they are a South African music group and I just have been obsessed with them lately. Like completely obsessed. If you haven't heard of them, I'm gonna link them right here for you, probably to one of my favorite songs. If you're under 18, I wouldn't check it out, or I would ask your parents to check it out for you, but this is not something that I would recommend for children just because they are pretty interesting and they do say some vulgar things. So but if you're 18 and older, go ahead and check out Antwoord. I love them. I go to bed pretty early most nights. If I stay up till like 11 or 12, like you caught me on a good day, but usually I'm in bed by like 9 or 10, sometimes even 8 o'clock. I don't really celebrate holidays too much. When I was younger, I used to get like really excited about holidays and like want to celebrate them. But as I've gotten older, it's just not something that's like really exciting or fun for me to do. So I just kind of like stopped celebrating them. This is something that I haven't told many people, but I quit smoking cigarettes 1 month ago and I am so ecstatic. I quit on the 1st of the year and I have not smoked one since. I have been extremely strong, Randy and I both, and so it has just been, it was hard at first, but we quit cold turkey, no nothing, and you know, I'm just extremely proud of us right now. We're already almost into February and we're doing really, really great. I am not into sports like at all. I was born and raised in beautiful California. I try to be all about positivity all of the time. Of course, we all have our moments when we get down and out, but I try to always be uplifting to everybody around me. I hope you guys took anything out of this video. Maybe we have some things in common, maybe we don't have anything in common, but I'm glad that you checked out this video. I'm so glad that we get to be a part of each other's lives and hang out together. And yeah, I am probably running out of filming time, so I will see you guys all very soon. Bye!